If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Sylacauga Mayor Jim Heigl joins us for a few moments this morning. And Mayor, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Jimmy Dale.
Good to have you with us today.
Well, it's my pleasure.
Well, I call Mayor Heigl, as I do from time to time, and asking him to sit in with us on the show. He's always been cordial and good to do it as best of his ability. I called him yesterday, and I invited the mayor on this morning to talk about how the city of Sylacauga is being affected by the coronavirus.
Well, we are being affected, but what we're just doing preventive maintenance, what it comes to. We met last Friday afternoon. We're up with the Department of Disease Control. We're getting all the information there. Our department heads, when we met Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock, we talked with Dr. John Seegers. We wanted to know what the school's plans were. We talked to Glenn Sisk with the hospital. He's brought to us Amy Price, along with Jeff Wood, who is infection control, nurse of infection control at City Hospital. And also Vanessa Green was there. And they told us that the nursing homes would not accept visitations. Mm-hmm. They will be closed, and only the staff will be available, and they are taking all precautions. Same thing in the hospital. They ask if you have some issues, unless it's an extreme emergency, call 911 or do not rush to the emergency room. Main Street is available to people from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week. Now, they do not have the test for this Corona-19 virus, but they can tell you, they know the difference between the types of flus, because the regular flu and the 19 are a little bit different. One's upper and one's lower. And but everything's being done. Met with our police departments there, the fire department, all our department heads were there. And things have changed over the past 48 hours, as you know. City Hall notified everybody yesterday that our City Hall employees will be at work unless they have some kind of sniffles or something. We don't want them to come in there. But we will not be able to receive or serve the public face to face. They can call in or text us or
no city court.
No city court. The courts is a big thing. They have anywhere from 1 to 300 depending on the caseload. Mm-hmm. So they've had theirs last Tuesday. There will not be one this upcoming Tuesday. And we're just everybody just needs to understand, we don't want people to get scared. We're taking preventive issues to keep this virus from spreading.
Sylacauga Mayor Jim Heigl, our guest this morning, you mentioned the test kits for this coronavirus. Test kits available in our city?
Not in our city, no. Okay. Not that I know of. They are coming. Okay. They will be here. Our first responders will know about it. Our hospitals will know about it. Everybody is communicating on a constant, regular basis. Most people are going to be more vulnerable to this disease anyway. If you have underlying health issues, weakness in your immune system, or the elderly, that's who we want to protect. We want to protect all our people.
We've had numerous reports of hoarding supplies from local stores, and really anybody you talk to in upper levels of government will tell you that's unnecessary.
It's completely and totally unnecessary. There's paranoia on some people. You're always going to wind up with these people. They're scared to death. I don't know if they're so self-centered that they don't want to share nothing, but we're here to work with each other and to share each other and love each other. We're not here to grab everything we can get out of life and keep it from somebody else. It's just ridiculous. You know, there's plenty out there. There's more coming. You don't have to worry about this.
The churches have been affected by this as well.
They have. Their services have cut back. I went to Sunday school yesterday, and it was about 2/3 full, you know, but we need more prayer today than we ever had. Yeah. And of course, you don't have to be at church to pray. You can just pray wherever you're at, you know, but it is good to keep the good Lord on your mind and thank Him for all the benefits we do have in this nation here. But our government is shut down, and you don't have to worry about it. If you have to go to the emergency room, if you go to Main Street place, the money is going to be there. It's available. That's what the government has provided for our people.
A number of cities and states were proactive before the coronavirus really hit mainstream. When did you first start to hear about this?
Well, we've been hearing about it on and off, for the past week. And as we go along, we have to really filter out, a lot of things. Somebody's carrying all the way back to January and everything else. Yes, it was, but nobody expected it to spread this quickly. But the main people we need is the underlying illnesses and the elderly people. That's who we need to protect. The young kids out there able to play ball and carry on. Young people like you and I.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to worry about it. We just keep our hands clean, keep it away from our eyes, nose, and mouth. And we don't need to shake hands. We like to, but just greet everybody cordially and just hold down these ridiculous rumors. I heard one going into City Hall Friday morning, and I just couldn't believe it. And I asked them, please, if you have no facts on this thing, don't say it. Just like you, people call in and tell you things. I appreciate it if you go back and find the source and just don't repeat something that was been said or you saw something. Somebody said something about police in Walmart. They do this all the time. They either call there, they have special rounds in the mornings, they make special rounds. The police department, some kind of security they've got with the Walmart manager. They look at, they have issues, they go up there and look at their films, or their cameras, and know if they have issues. But just because you see a police officer somewhere, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily something's going on.
Yeah. We certainly want to remind people that this coronavirus in our city is not being taken lightly.
Oh, absolutely not. We don't take it lightly.
There are people who today are actually afraid to go out of their homes, and you try to paint a picture of, hey, this will pass, as President Trump said, but the time right now, people are really alarmed, and
they need to be cautious and take common sense. Be careful. Don't get into big crowds. You don't go out there necessarily. I just got in there, picked up coffee this morning. Bill Roberts was there, and he's got to be very careful with his MS, but we just don't need to panic. We need to just use common sense. Act like it's any other flu and protect our elderly, protect our patients with underlying issues. And the hospitals doing this in the hospitals, in the nursing homes.
Sylacauga Mayor Jim Heigl with us this morning for a couple of more minutes. And Mayor, we do appreciate your time on a busy Monday. Talk a little bit about our police department and our fire department. How are they addressing this situation? And I had a story this morning of a person who called 911 because of toilet paper. They didn't have any toilet paper. You can abuse the 911 system.
Well, absolutely. It's been going on for longer than this. Years ago, people call 911 wanting to know why a store wasn't open. Those are ridiculous. Some of these people, I don't know, they're a little bit paranoid, apparently. But our police department has already been, Chief Kelly's already addressed his people. They always know what to expect. They're getting the Department of Disease Control. They know everything that's going on periodically from them. And Nate Osgood, our new fire chief, he's on top of all this. He's training his people because they will come in contact with the public, but they are aware of what the precautions they need to take. All our patrol officers, same way. They may come up there, but they may not touch you or anything else. They will not arrest anybody unless they absolutely had to, So just but they are well protected with their rubber gloves and other things they have to have sanitizers and all that.
It's baseball season.
It is.
And a lot of our kids being adversely affected by this as well.
Well, absolutely. And I'm sorry to say that they all been canceled, all the games canceled. The community center's down, and they will, but Margaret Morton meeting with her and Jim Armstrong along with Jim Jones. The food is available for our shut-ins. These will continue. These people will be fed.
So, they have the group that goes in there every day to eat. Now that's
something Jim Armstrong will be controlling.
Okay. Okay.
Through the Parks and Rec.
Yeah. Now, no baseball, Little League Baseball, I know, as well as Cal Ripken has been affected by this, and no practices or anything, and at least for a couple of more weeks. Before you go this morning, I know you met with, as you mentioned earlier, with the folks from Coosa Valley Medical Center, and the workload there is huge anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
And so, how are we addressing this if this were to happen in our town with an instance of a case of coronavirus?
Well, I can assure you that, like Amy Price has said, they're well aware of all this, and they're preparing for the future. They're ready for it if something does happen. They know exactly how they're going to isolate them, where they're going to put them, and how these areas have already been disinfected and cleaned. It's a constant thing with them day in and day out. They have been on top of this longer than we have. They deal with it all the time.
Walmart came out yesterday or Saturday with hours. It's going to be structured from in the morning till 10 o'clock at night or something like that. And some of these other stores, you see that? You see others following suit in that?
Absolutely. Well, I visited Walmart Saturday. And there was a fairly decent crowd there, but there were some hoarders there, grabbing stuff up, and which was a shame. And I've been to the gas station this morning, picked up coffee, and I've been to the restaurants. Jack's is one of our biggest people that really hang out there, but they were down a little bit yesterday, and they told me that the traffic has slowed down.
Sylacauga Mayor Jim Heigl, our guest this morning. Mayor, thank you so much for coming today.
Well, thank you, and please don't panic about it. We're going to get through this. This is the 19th strain of a flu. We've already gone through 18 of them, got through. We'll get through this one. So have faith in the good Lord. Keep your hands clean and away from your face, and stay away from large crowds, and we'll make it through this day of viruses.
Before we go, if people would like more information on the ins and outs of what's happening in our city, what's closed and what's not closed, is there a number they can call?
Well, I don't know exactly. Most of the quick food marts and all will be open, and gas stations, places like that. Pharmacies are open, so if you need pharmaceuticals, they will be available to you. They can give you information. These are well-trained people. But please do not run to your emergency room, because that's not the place to go. Call your primary care doctor first, or go to the mainstream and talk to them. But things are available for you. The services are still going to be here for you. But that's the main thing. But our people, City Hall employees, will be working at City Hall, but we will not be able to serve the public at this time. But we can serve you if it can be done over the radio or through Texas or whatever.
Things just keep popping in my mind. I know you got to go, but
well, no hurry.
I want to shift gears just a little bit.
Okay.
And talk about the possibility of the new rec center and pool and stuff is being looked at on Main Avenue over there.
Well, it's being looked at, and that's where it's at now. ED&T Engineering, they have been chosen. They gave them $220,000 to go into 4 steps of engineering, developing, and cost of this. Does it mean that we're going to do this at Main Avenue? No. But we do need this information for future growth. The pool has gone to an extent that it's going to cost over $100,000 just to repair.
Wow.
And that may keep it going. Burley Collins, it can put a rubber roof on it and hold Burley Collins maybe for a year or so, but it's still going to have to be done in the future. And these plans, what we do here is just the first step. Everything the city does steps with engineering first. So that doesn't mean we're going to go ahead and do it tomorrow, next month, and we don't know when that'll happen. This little offset here will back us up a little bit. But these are just plans for the future.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are a little confused about that and think it's a slam dunk that it's going to happen over there.
Well, I wouldn't call it a slam dunk, because I have no crystal ball. I can tell you that we have employed an engineering company to look at this, see if it's the feasibility of it. Will it be there? I cannot say. It may be there, it may not. Okay. It really depends on the plans, Okay.
Sylacauga Mayor Jim Heigl, our guest this morning. Mayor, always a pleasure. Thanks for coming.
Well, it's my pleasure too, Jimmy Dale, and God bless you, and keep the faith, and we'll make it through this virus.
More Daybreak coming up in just a minute.